Shall I see Mr. All Even in NYC? He's so big. They call him boss. He's a boss. All even. He's so bad.
All Even Podcast. You know what time it is, okay? I got a lot to discuss. Like, share, and subscribe. Yep. Listen, I got a bone to pick with you, Silent Assassin. Okay, you left me alone last week, and I had to have this weird setup, okay? I didn't appreciate it. You gallivanting out there having fun, okay? You don't have fun outside of this studio. It's not allowed. I don't allow that stuff. What's up?
I'm good. I did hear the line you said, like, she's out in the street scouting. I'm like, I wasn't doing that, but I was out, out at a wedding. But I thought it looked good. You looked good. You did a good job.
Don't try to flatter me now, okay? You left me alone, but just, I tried. I tried my best. I tried to have the lighting a certain way, I tried to do my inner Silent Assassin. I don't know if I achieved it, but it was all right. So
it was good.
Listen, I missed you down here. Don't leave again. I told you about the snap, okay? When you're not here, things happen, okay? So just, stay. Jeff is in the building. What's up, man?
How you feeling today, bro?
I am feeling great.
I'm loving the new setup. I'm loving how everything looks. It's been a while since I've been here, but it still feels like home.
Yeah, you've abandoned the pod.
No.
That's what happens,
Adult life responsibility. It sucks.
It does. It sucks being an adult. It does.
In the back of my mind, I'm still like a young, not like super young,
yeah,
but I don't feel this old.
No. This is like, 41 is it's a terrible age. 41. It's just a weird year. I mean, it's 40. Let me get to 45. That's all right. But like 41, what is that? What is it? It's not impressive. It's just another year. But I'm happy to be alive. There's a lot to talk about. NBA Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals. You have some stuff going on in football. Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford. You have Jaylen Brown versus Stephen A. Smith. You got LeBron James news. There's a lot to discuss. A lot. There is also irrelevant news of the week. And the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
Now, before I go ahead and discuss that, like, share, and comment, go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, all that good stuff. Audio, you can catch me on Instagram, X at All Even Podcasts, All Even Media on TikTok. Subscribe, follow, do all that stuff. Where do we start? Do we start with those Knicks?
Can we?
Do we start with those Knicks? We have to start with those Knicks. Knicks win 109-93 in the Garden. They take a 2-0 series lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. Knicks fans are going crazy. New York is on fire, and it doesn't shock me at all. I knew this would happen. Why? Because you have coaches like Kenny Atkinson saying that James Harden is a good lockdown defender and he trusts him in spots. Well, the Knicks took that to heart and they went ahead and they attacked James Harden the entire game. The entire game. He had a net negative again. I think it was like 6 for 15 from the field. No turnovers this game, which is great. But he didn't have a good game. Knicks dominate. Josh Hart had a great game. So thoughts about this, Jeff, because I know that you were excited to watching this game and very excited for New York, very excited for the Knicks. Thoughts, sir?
Well, I like how they've been attacking James Harden.
It's what you're supposed to do.
It's been amazing. All the turnaround plays, all the plays that put us up, all the game-changing plays have been happening on his watch.
Yeah.
Which is what I was literally rooting for in the last series, that the Cavaliers would win.
Yeah.
Because I know if the Pistons came, we're going to have a tough time with them. But you give us old James Harden. You like to call Chris Paul the Black Cat. We might need to come up something with James Harden in these playoffs.
Oh, I have the name for him already.
What's the name?
It's the kept wife. That's his name. It's always been the same thing. He is the guy that he will find a way to survive. He's the NBA survivor. This guy, I don't understand why teams continue to sign up for the James Harden experience.
Yeah.
Every time they do it, it ends up like this. You want James Harden for the regular season, that's fine. But when it comes to the playoffs, he's useless.
Yeah.
And he's getting older. He was useless at 28. What do you think he is at 36?
Defensive liability.
He's
definitely.
a liability. He's always been a liability defensively. So now you got the Knicks and Mike Brown publicly saying I think it was last week, we are targeting this man. So there's nothing you can do. The only thing that Kenny Atkinson can do is not play him.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. You have to play him. So the Knicks are always going to have the advantage because it doesn't matter who is guarding James Harden or who's going against him. They are giving them the green light to go at him. And he doesn't fight over screens. He just allows the switches to happen, and then he gets pulverized.
And the team is just playing better overall. We had Anunoby, he got the right amount of time for his injury to come back.
Yep.
We had Mikal Bridges just hitting everything from threes. Jalen Brunson is an energizer bunny. And like usually when they say the guy has a ball on the string, we're usually talking about dribbling. This guy has shown the ability to hit that ball off the backboard at any angle and sink a difficult shot. So his play style to me is a little bit unorthodox. I really can't wait to still see him grow as a player because I want to see what his video game caricature looks like because his play style is so different. You can actually like quantize that and like show like, oh, this is Jalen Brunson's style, just the way Steph had his style, just the way LeBron had his style. I love that we have a new guy who's making his name in New York and has his own style of play.
Well, I think for Brunson, he reminds me. It's not the same type of game. Obviously, they're two different players, but because of his stature, the Knicks have built their team kind of in the Allen Iverson 76ers mold.
Yep.
You want guys that are switchy defensively on the perimeter, guys that can be able to hit knockdown shots, and you want to have interior presence that they have with a Mitchell Robinson and stuff like that. So they have built this team around Jalen Brunson that's going to maximize his ability to be him. He's an undersized guard. He's not great defensively, but when you have great defensive pieces around him, you can be able to hide him. And that's the problem that the Cavs don't have right now, or the Cavs have, is that they can't hide James Harden because Donovan Mitchell's not a great defender. You have other guys on that. They're just not a great defensive team all around. When you have those two guys in your backcourt, it's kind of like the Lakers. You can't hide both of your deficient defensive players when they're your two stars.
Yeah.
Can't do it. So how do you fix that? That's their problem. I don't know if Kenny Atkinson is going to have to find a way to stagger Mitchell and Harden's minutes, where you have Harden as your second guy, coming off the bench as your sixth man, so you can run the second unit to be able to just give them a different look. I don't know what the solution is, but what they're doing right now is not going to help because even them going to Cleveland, I don't see that this is going to change.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you think the Knicks can sweep again? Because
no, I don't think that they'll sweep. I think Cleveland will get one. Right? Yeah, I think I got the Knicks winning this in 5.
Yeah.
They'll get a split in Cleveland. They'll go up 3-1 and they'll go back to the Garden and close it out.
Yeah.
And here's another funny thing though, for the people that love wrestling, right? Because I'm a wrestling guy. Since Danhausen has uncursed the Knicks, they have been 9-0. Since he's uncursed the Knicks. A lot of people don't think it's real. It's real, okay? Danhausen has uncursed the Knicks. Since that game in Atlanta, they lost that game against the Hawks. I remember that night. It was draft night. They lost that game on a one point loss. They haven't lost the game since. The Knicks have been locked in and they've won pretty much every game by double digits. They are focused. They're playing great basketball, and they have the the structure and the chemistry to get to the NBA Finals. I picked the Knicks to be in the NBA Finals. This is not a shock to me. Whether they played the Cavs, whether they played the Pistons, whether they played the Celtics or the Sixers, it didn't matter. They were going to be here anyway.
And I feel like with the chemistry they've been showing for the past few years, it's not just Knicks fans rooting on this team. You know what I mean? Like, they're the new... I don't know, they're the new guys in the NBA. Like when we saw Steph come in with the Splash Brothers and the whole Golden State, how they kind of had their own little era, even though LeBron was the man. We're watching the Knicks kind of have a run where all the personalities on the team, people are liking. Yeah, we make fun of Cat, but we love Josh Hart, we love Brunson, and like there's something to look at. So it's not just New Yorkers rooting for this team. We have other people in different states cheering on the Knicks because they're liking this style of basketball where bigs are actually doing what they're supposed to be fucking doing.
Outside of, Cat doesn't, he be out there wilding. You know, Cat's just, I don't know what they do with him. But yes, I agree with most of that in regards to people are happy that the Knicks are playing well. Me, I'm not a Knicks fan, but I appreciate what they're doing right now because it's a fan base that is so hungry for a winner. You know, the Garden is sold out every year.
Yep.
People come to the Garden because they want to see the Knicks. They want to cheer the Knicks. When the Knicks are in the playoffs, there's no fan base in basketball that can be able to have that type of party outside of the arena like New York City. They do it the best. Their watch parties are the best because New York fans are the best. It's just a fact, right? So seeing this run, I've been, I tell all my Knicks friends, all my Knicks fans, friends that enjoy it. Like, you may not see this again. Don't think that this is gonna be every year type of thing. It could be, right? They add some more pieces or keep this nucleus together, you could be able to be a perennial Eastern Conference Finals team and all that stuff. But if you're not, enjoy this.
Yeah, like I was saying, social media darlings. That's what they are right now. So like,
they
it's
definitely
fun watching people root for the Knicks who just aren't, even from the New York.
They're definitely social media darlings. Enjoy it. Enjoy the run. Knicks fans deserve to see their team in the NBA Finals. And it's just a good time right now. It's a good time to be a Knicks fan, and I'm just happy for them. Like, again, I'm a Lakers fan. I don't have no stake in the fight in regards to this series, but I enjoy seeing the Knicks and their fan base have a shot.
Just living out here, you feel it.
Just have a shot. Exactly. We live in New York, so we understand the vibes, man. So shouts to the Knicks. Shouts to Danhausen for allowing the Knicks to be here, and I'm not shocked about Cleveland because the crazy thing about it is that James Harden has a $42 million player option after this season. You think he's not going to take that? If he doesn't take it, he's not getting that money anywhere else. Yeah. So they're stuck with this dude that he's going to get you through the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, he's useless. Absolutely useless.
Oh.
NBA survivor. That's what he is. Moving on to the next series, the Western Conference Finals, we have the Spurs and the OKC Thunder tied at 1. Victor Wembanyama had a great game 1, historical great game 1, and then game 2, really, the Thunder really defensively did what they had to do. I believe that Castle got hurt, and if Castle is hurt and you have De'Aaron Fox still hurt, that doesn't bode well for the Spurs. That's bad news. So hopefully they can be able to have Castle or have De'Aaron Fox come back, both of them come back. But if they don't, Wemby's going to have to do something historic. This is a great Oklahoma City team. Alex Caruso had a fabulous game in game 2, 17 points off the bench. He was 5 for 7 for 3. This is just a guy that every time I see him, I get upset. Every single time I see Alex Caruso do anything on the basketball court, I get more mad because we had him and we let him go for tax purposes. So the mighty Lakers are focused on fucking taxes. when you could have had Alex Caruso on your team right now. He's one of the best defenders and one of the best role players in all of the NBA. And you let him go for nothing when he wanted to stay. For Talen Horton-Tucker. You know where that motherfucker is now? Huh? You know where Tucker is now? Out of the NBA. Dropping 90 points in some Asian league. He's not even in the league anymore.
I had one summer league run, and I was...
I'm over it. Every time I see Caruso, I get upset. So, shouts to him. I saw another stat. It wasn't even a stat. It was more of a video. They showed 10 Shai Gilgeous-Alexander shots. And out of the 10, all 10 of them, he was on the floor. Why must you flop so much? Like, I understand that you're getting calls. You know, the league is now directed to you because you're the two-time MVP. You're the guy. But, dude, like, I am somebody who doesn't really talk about guys that flop. When you ever hear me talk about flopping, it's not something that I speak about. But when it's blatant, like how he's doing it, it's like, all right, girl, enough.
Yes.
Enough.
They need to do something about it.
Like, yo, every shot he's on the floor. He's faking getting hit. Like, what are you doing? That's not basketball. I appreciate watching Wemby because he plays basketball. SGA is a talented guy. You don't need to do that to get a call. If you ain't get fouled, you ain't get fouled. Why do you have to bait the refs into calling something? It's just, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's just new age basketball. It makes the game a little harder to watch.
It really does.
Between that and trading the long threes, like watching a Boston game, sometimes it just snores.
Oh, Boston's trash.
Not to bring them up, but like that's part of the game that I really dislike, even though we have some new, hot, young superstars, which is great because for a little while we didn't have that. We were worried about where the league was going to go after LeBron left.
Right.
But now they definitely stepped up, and we have a lot of new stars, but this new flopping thing, like, I don't know if the viewers like it. Like
no, they don't.
Like
viewers don't like it. No one likes it.
They need to step in. Silver needs to step in and do something about it because everyone's complaining.
They're not, and the thing is, they're not enforcing it the way they should. Because if they were enforcing it the way they should, they wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
like, if you were getting a foul called on you every time you flopped, they would stop doing it. Like there should be a flopping foul. Come on, nobody hit you, bro. Why are you on the floor? It's a flop. It's a foul. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna do it no more. Because now you got 3 fouls. Now you got 3 fouls. So you don't want to foul out the game. You're limiting yourself now defensively. You get 2 cheap fouls playing defense. Now you got 1 and you almost out of here. Because why? You took 3 flopping fouls. Like that's the way.
Yeah.
Something needs to happen where it's like, all right, enough. Because when it's blatant like that, when guys are getting hit in the chest and they're flying into the third row, like what are you doing? What are you doing? That's not basketball. That's what they do. That's what they do in international football.
Yeah, European soccer. That's where they got it all from.
You know what I mean?
European soccer, and it barely works in their league.
Right.
So what did you think it was?
Like ref be looking at them like,
yeah, just
waiting for them to get up, keep the card in their pocket because they're not calling no fouls. Like what are you doing? So, you know, it's gonna be a good series, and I hope that the flopping does not take away from the series, which it's not. It's not gonna take away from the series. I think Wemby, SGA, Chet, you got Dylan Harper, you got Castle. You have so many dynamic players and such a young teams on both sides. That's the future of the NBA.
Yeah.
These 2 teams, they're going to be battling for the next 5 years. This is the new rivalry in basketball.
Yeah.
This is it. Like, you know, you had Lakers Kings back in the day. You had, Lakers Spurs. It is now going to be Spurs Thunder for the next 5 years. And every team in the Western Conference is just like, all right, why should we even play? There's no reason. There's no reason to do this because we can't beat none of them. We can't beat these 2 teams.
Yeah, I like the shades of Popovich coming in every time they get a bad loss. Pop comes in, goes over some videos, studies with them and blow. Like I still love that. Like,
I love that
coaching
man.
still matters. Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
the thing. I hate the Spurs. You gotta understand, as a Laker fan, I despise them.
But you gotta respect.
But I love Greg Popovich. Right? Love Greg Popovich. Respect what he does. Respect what he's built. And if they do win the championship, winning it for Pop, him getting the stroke and him being around still and still trying to be around the team and around the facility and do what he does, like, win that for Pop. I'll be happy with that. I'll be like, you know what? That's how you do it. I'll be very, very happy with that. But outside of that, can't stand him. Can't stand him. Hate the jersey. Hate the logo. Hate the hate the fans. As Charles Barkley said, he hate the fat, unattractive women in San Antonio. It's too much. All right, we're done. But shouts to them. We'll see what happens with that. Moving on. The biggest thing right now is that I find interesting is LeBron James said something on his Mind the Game pod. Steve Nash asked him about free agency. And right now, there's a lot of things going on. There's speculation in regards to if he's going to play, if he's not going to play. Obviously, we know that he's going to take some time to think about it. All roads are leaning to him playing at least another season.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to retire. If it happens, cool, but I don't personally think he's going to retire. So because I don't think he's going to retire, what is the plan going forward? Where does he land? Does he stay with the Lakers? Does he find somewhere else to go? And it was interesting because he went ahead and said, let me go ahead and pull this up. Let's see if I can find it. So Steve Nash is asking him the question, and this is what he says.
I don't think he leaves, bro.
Nah, me neither.
A lot up in the air for you.
Yeah.
How are you approaching this, being that you have had already, I think I saw the other day this great thing. It was like, you've had 4 Hall of Fame careers. Are you thinking about it every day? Are you getting close to feeling a direction, or are you just like, I need some time still?
Yeah, I'm still in the moment of like just taking my time and saying I haven't even really thought about it too much. Obviously, I understand that I'm a free agent and I can control my own destiny. If being here with this franchise for the foreseeable future, or if it's going somewhere else. But like, I haven't really even got to that point. I haven't even taken my family vacation yet, which is going to happen after Memorial Day. That's kind of the thing at the forefront of my mind. But I think at some point, up until up in June, late June, as July roll around, free agency starts to gets going, and July rolling, and maybe into August, we start to kind of like get a feel of.
That's what had people going nuts. What he just said. Going into August, he's still going to be contemplating. And everybody's like, August? How can you do this? What is happening? The man understands free agency, people. He's been doing this for a very long time. He's been around basketball for a very long time. You don't think that LeBron James understands that him saying August is not going to drive people nuts? Of course. But what you do when you say that is that you start to muddy the tracks.
They talking now. They commiserating.
Right.
They think they have a chance.
So now
they're bringing out their best.
So now it's like, okay, well, we don't know what he's going to do. What is he going to do? Is he contemplating going somewhere else? So now he's keeping himself relevant in the free agency talks, because people are now fearful that if he does hold out until August, he's going to have the free agency come to a halt. He's not going to do that. He's just literally saying it could be June, it could be July, it could be August, it could be close to I don't know. But he does know. So let's just go ahead and factor this in. If the Lakers and him, they want to go ahead and keep this partnership going for the next year, and he's gonna get his tour, his retirement tour, which they're saying reportedly he doesn't want, but it may happen anyway. What is the number? What is the number that is best for LeBron to come back?
He said he's never taken less than a max. So.
As he shouldn't. He shouldn't. But he did say something else, and I don't know if I have. I don't think I have.
What my future may look.
The audio, but he was talking about the difference between the Lakers and the Thunder in that series, and he said, and I'm paraphrasing, it had nothing to do with coaching, had nothing to do with schemes, it had nothing to do with execution, it had nothing to do with any of that stuff. It was a talent disparity. That's all it was. Oklahoma City has a dearth of talent. We don't. That's a shot at Rob Pelinka. He's basically saying, I would love to come back because my kids are here. My life is here. I don't want to uproot them. I love the Lakers. I want to stay here. However, I am not going to stay here unless we have a shot at having a chance at those guys. Because what we are presently constructed, we have no shot. I talked about it last week, where the Western Conference right now, you can say that the Lakers, the Timberwolves, and the Nuggets are kind of vying for the third best team in the West, right? But the gap between 1A and 1B, or 1 and 2, and then you have 3, is gargantuan.
It's pretty significant, especially we keep seeing it over and over and over in the playoffs.
Yeah. OKC and the Spurs are miles ahead of anybody else. So even if you say that your team is third, okay, it sounds good, you're nowhere near them. So how can you be able to bridge the gap between those two? You have to go ahead and acquire talent. That's what you have to do. You cannot run this back the way you have it. You can't have Luka and Austin Reeves in your backcourt and not have athletic wings and athletic bigs to be able to help defensively. You need to get better defensively. You need to get more athletic, and you need to get younger. So the Lakers have the second most cap space in all of basketball heading into free agency. But what do you do with that? And what is the number that you can be able to convince LeBron to take that makes you competitive to be able to sign guys? Lakers have a lot of guys that are free agents on their own team right now.
What number would that be for a guy like LeBron?
I think the number, a fair number, my opinion, anywhere between 20 million and 25 million. It's not the max, but with that, you can be able to field a very good team if you can be able to get those guys in here, right?
Especially if you're playing for one more year.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's like, hey, I think LeBron a few years ago was like, listen, I got a list of guys that I would take a considerable pay cut for. I think it was Jonas Valanciunas, it was Klay Thompson, it was all of these other guys. If you sign these guys, I'll gladly take whatever you want me to take. But if you don't get us talent, then give me the max.
Yep.
And I think that's exactly what it's going to be. And I don't know if it's the same scenario where he says, okay, just give me the max, or he says, well, if you can't get the talent that's going to make this team any better, I don't want to waste my last year just being here on a nostalgia tour. I want to actually compete. I'd like to get a sign and trade and get out of here.
Yeah, but where's he going? Because I feel like anything outside of Cleveland or Miami, it damages your legacy.
Nah, nothing can damage his legacy. He can do a sign and trade to Golden State. He can do a sign and trade to the Spurs. He can do a sign and trade to the Knicks. He can do a sign and trade to, I've seen the Clippers on the list, which doesn't make sense, whoever goes to the Clippers. But those teams, the Knicks could use a LeBron James.
But with his legacy now, because now we're talking legacy, we're not just talking 1 or 2 years, with his legacy being that of the whole super team, ushering in the super team era, and not being able to get as many rings as Jordan, if you that last year, if you're not with one of your 3 major teams, doesn't that add ring chasing now to his?
No. Because the thing is with LeBron James, you got to remember, he's never left the team unless he was a free agent.
That's been my argument for years, but that seems to not matter in these conversations.
Well, because people are stupid. Yeah, at the end of the day, people are going to hate LeBron no matter what he does, right? At this point, they're going to hate and criticize him no matter if somebody else does the same thing, right? You don't hear the same criticism for James Harden when he goes ahead and goes on a team. He has success for a little while. Things don't work out. He blames the front office for something, and then he asks for a trade. Same thing with Kevin Durant. Same thing with Kevin Durant. You don't hear any smoke from them. But LeBron James stays on a team, and then when he can leave, he goes into free agency and he chooses his next destination. I don't see anything wrong with that. So if he chooses in his last year, I want to have fun, because fun for me is competing for a championship. If I can be able to go somewhere where I can be able to compete for a championship because I'm still one of the top 20 or 15 players in the league, why not? It's not going to hurt my legacy if I go anywhere. But if I win another championship, that means I got 5. And 5 looks better than 4. Yeah. No matter what you say about me or how I got it, when the history books look at it, I got 5. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it looks. Because if Jordan was able to not go to the Wizards and go to some other team where he can be able to compete for a championship, and he won, you think people would give a shit about how he got it? Yeah, Jordan got 7 rings. Oh, I'm the only person that gets disrespected about the rings that he got, how many rings he has in the years that he's had it, and the type of rings that he got is LeBron James, right? Because let's go ahead and just do a cross-sport comparison. Lakers win the bubble championship in 2020, right? They were the best team. They won the championship. That was one of the, players have said that this is one of the hardest championships that you can ever win, because you're literally in this just like Camp Anawana, right? Like you can't leave.
You can't leave. You don't have your normal amenities.
No family, no nothing. Like it's you got to get tested every day. It's such a challenge to be mentally locked in and stay focused that people don't realize how difficult that is, right? There's no escape. There's no downtime. You're literally locked in to play basketball.
And then you don't have the crowd juicing that you can go back and forth. So you have guys coming off the bench who are nobody's putting up 30 and 40.
Correct.
So that's making the game harder now, because you got this guy who, before, if the crowd booed or yelled or whatever, I could shut him down, get back into my groove, and then now we balling.
Yep.
But now he got nothing to play for. I'm out of my zone. He's killing me, and I'm just not finding my rhythm. So it's harder now.
Very much harder.
I don't have these amenities. I don't have the team playing to go back to. We're not having the same conversations. When we're off the court, we're just talking about how much it sucks to be stuck in Disney World or in this resort. So we're not even having the normal basketball conversations that we're having. So it always puzzled me when they called it a Mickey Mouse ring, when every documentary you watched with the players who were actually playing and the coaches said it was one of the most difficult things they've ever had to do.
It's because it's LeBron James. If the Miami Heat were to beat the Lakers, Jimmy Butler, that championship would be put on Mount Everest.
And because the Spurs faltered, because had we got the matchup that we wanted, where we got the Lakers to take down the Spurs rather than the Spurs falling on their face, then maybe he gets something. But for some reason, the Spurs eliminate themselves. He goes on to win. Oh, now it's a Mickey Mouse ring. I've always had my issues with how people looked at the bubble.
It's again, it's the LeBron James factor, because again, I'm going to use the cross sport comparison. Lakers won the bubble championship in 2020. Who won the Super Bowl in 2020?
TB12, baby.
That's Tom Brady, right? Do we ever hear anybody talk about COVID championship for Tom Brady? I've never heard those 2 words in that actual explanation in regards to him winning that championship. Never.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 7.
I see too, like, even for like the Dodgers when they won in COVID.
Yeah.
It's like, but even like I was thinking, I was like, Was it the Rams year? But I was like, it's Tom Brady. I didn't even think of that because it's not talked about.
Nobody says that the Dodgers won a COVID championship. You don't hear that. You only hear it for one narrative. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is why it's bullshit. It doesn't matter what LeBron James does. People are always going to have something to say. Why? Because he's the greatest basketball player that we've ever seen in this generation. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the guy. So people are going to hate him. They're going to love him. That's it. That's just the way it is, right? You got people that feel threatened because a lot of people are comparing him. He's better than Jordan. He's better than Kobe. Oh. That's the problem, is that there's always a narrative around him. So it doesn't matter. If he chooses to come back to the Lakers, great. As a Laker fan, I'm okay with it. If he chooses to go somewhere else, great. I'm okay with it. But if the Lakers do decide to move on, there has to be a plan in place where it's better than him. And you're not going to find better than him on the free agent market. So you need to make sure that you build a team that's young, that has a shot, that's defensively switchy, that's athletic, and then you add his ass on that team. Because I've said that you can win a championship with a 42-year-old LeBron James. The biggest issue that you have is not LeBron James. It's what you're going to do with Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic. That's the issue, is that when you have two of those unathletic guards in your backcourt defensively, how are you going to work that out? You may have to put Austin Reeves on the bench. I said this. I don't give a fuck how much money you're paying Austin Reeves. You may need to end up being the Lamar Odom of the team. You may end up needing to be the Manu Ginobili of the team, to be able to take the sacrifice. Manu Ginobili could have started on every single basketball team in the world, but he was the sixth man for the Spurs, and they won mad championships because of that, because of his ability to get to that bench and be the guy.
Yeah.
Austin Reeves can be able to have that same role and help this Laker team be the most dynamic team in the West, because you have such a weapon coming off your bench as your super six man. Doesn't matter how much money he's making. It's about the role that you play for the team that you're playing on. So Rob Pelinka, this is a big summer for Rob Pelinka. LeBron James has already thrown out the challenge for you. It's not a coaching issue. It's not a trainer issue. It's not a facility problem. It's a talent disparity. You need to close the gap. Doesn't matter how much money I make. If you go ahead and put a team together that's actually reasonable and looks dangerous, then okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll go ahead and take whatever you want me to take. But if you can't put this together because you're a guy that has swung and missed on so many different occasions in free agency over the last 8 years, if you can't close, it's not my job on the line, because I'm going to find somewhere to play regardless. And I'll be out the door the next year. You, sir, are going to be on the clock, because if you can't deliver this year, where the Lakers have a good chance to be able to kind of bridge the gap a little bit, if you can't figure it out, you're going to be out the door. And as much as I love LeBron, I wouldn't hate that either, because I'm done with Rob Pelinka. If you don't give me something big, and I mean big this year, pack your bags. Pack your bags. I don't want no parts of you. Moving on. Giannis, I'm hearing some rumors that the Miami Heat have put together a package to go get Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think it was 2 first-round picks. I think I have it right here. Let me see. It is an interesting package, and I believe that they might have the best package available to be able to go get him, which is good. So it says the Heat are reportedly offering Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Khalil Ware, 13th pick, and 2 future first-round picks for Giannis. That is a haul.
That's a haul. That's a boatload.
That is a haul. I don't think that there's any team that could be able to match that particular package. And I think that was kind of the leader in regards to destination for him anyway. Like, Miami just made sense for him to go. So, yeah, I think if you're the Bucks, maybe you want to go ahead and shop around for a little bit, but they want to get this deal done before the draft or at the draft. So if this is the deal that you're gonna that's the best, you got to take it. I'm hearing that the Lakers,
the best place for him though.
Sorry,
do you think Miami's the best place for Giannis? Coming off an injury last year, getting older. You know how they give it up in Miami as far as the training,
right?
With a lot of exercising, and you know Pat Riley don't play that. I'm gonna hire your brother and put him on the team shit. So how, like I know that was number one on his list, but how do you look at that? I guess how do you look at that for the next 4 years?
I think the Giannis luxury cruise line is over.
Okay.
If you're gonna go to Miami, it's pretty much going to the Patriots.
Yeah.
Under Bill Belichick, right? Like there's a Heat culture that you're going into, right? And if you're gonna sign up for that, then that's what you're signing up for. I don't necessarily believe that the Heat will be a championship level team. I think that they'll be better than the Bucks.
Okay.
But in regards to being up there with the Celtics and the Pistons and the Knicks, and you have the Orlando Magic on the rise. You still got the Cavs floating around there a little bit. You got the Charlotte Hornets that are rising up. You got the Atlanta Hawks that are playing well. So there's a lot of teams that are in the mix in the Eastern Conference that, yeah, Miami might be adding a Giannis, and they still have Bam, some pieces there, but Giannis is starting to break down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest concern, is that he's getting older, like you said, but he's been a little injury prone over the last few seasons. And that doesn't bode well for building a future around a guy that's starting to break down, as physically gifted as he is.
Especially in a place like that.
Yeah. So it's, I think it's the best destination for him. But outside of that, I don't want to be a homer. The Lakers make perfect sense.
That's what I was thinking.
The Lakers make perfect sense, but there's a lot of complications in regards to the Lakers. First off, Giannis holds all the cards, because Giannis can either allow the Bucks to find the best deal for him, or he can be able to play the, I hold all the cards type of position, and he can be able to direct where he wants to be traded, because he still has another year left on his deal in regards to a player option. So anytime you have a player option in the final year, you kind of can dictate terms, because a team is not going to want to give up everything for you if they know that you have the ability to hit free agency, and they're giving up everything and not a guarantee that you're going to re-sign with them. So there has to be a destination and a partnership in regards to saying, hey, I want to go here. This is where I will sign an extension, and that's it. So I'm curious to see what happens, because if he says to the Bucks, this is where I want to go, they have to go ahead and negotiate and have a negotiating window with this team. We heard rumors all last summer that the Knicks were very close in regards to talking with the Bucks to try to get something done. They didn't get anything done. I still think that that's on the table, but if the Knicks end up getting to the NBA Finals and losing, I think they press the Giannis button. If they win, I don't think they press the Giannis button. They go ahead and run it back, which makes sense, right? If you win a championship, you're not going to blow it up. You're going to run it back. But if they lose to the Spurs, I can see them pressing that button and trading everything for Giannis and seeing what happens with a Jaylen Brunson and a Giannis combination. I can see that happening. For the Lakers, it's a lot more complicated. He has to request it. And on top of that, too, you have to talk to Austin Reeves and say, hey, you can get the money that you want in a sign and trade. Big deal. We'll probably have to get another team in here, but he has to be okay with going to Milwaukee, because Austin Reeves holds the cards in that situation as well. So you're getting paid, but if he doesn't want to go to Milwaukee, it's not going to happen.
Not gonna happen. Okay.
So that's the only drawback in regards to the Lakers getting a Giannis Antetokounmpo, is that they don't have enough talent on that team to just trade for Giannis, Sans, and Austin Reeves being included in that package. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. So you need to have Austin Reeves, kind of bite the bullet and say, "Oh, okay, you guys don't want me. Now I gotta go to Milwaukee now."
Yeah.
Like that's a tough. It's a slippery slope. You know what I mean?
But then again, I'm going to come off the bench is going to be a slippery slope too. So
I don't know if that is more of a slippery slope more than telling him that your services are no longer needed and we're going for somebody else that could be able to help us win, right? Like that's a hard pill to swallow. Telling somebody you're still one of our 3 best players, but we need you to accept a different role. That is a little bit more good to accept, because it's not like you're saying, "Hey, listen, we're slashing your minutes from 35 minutes a game to 20. We're just telling you, no, we just need you to stagger the game. You'll still be finishing the game, but we need to find ways to be a lot more defensively switchy and more consistent and more efficient defensively. You 2 guys in the backcourt just doesn't work. It just doesn't work." So that's what I want to see happen. So we'll see where Giannis goes, but I think Miami has the best package, and I hope that he goes there, because I'm done with this Giannis saga. And I've been telling people for years, Giannis is who they think LeBron James is.
yeah.
I've been saying it for years. They think that LeBron James is the GM and he does this and he all of this masterminding behind the scenes. No, that's Giannis. That's Giannis. Giannis is the one that gets coaches fired. Giannis is the one that manipulates to try to get his front office to do certain things that he wants, and then when they do it, he'll be, I didn't say that. I didn't tell them to do this.
He plays the I'm still new in America. I don't really know what's going on.
I have no idea. I just want to play. Okay, all right, great. Your brothers are on the team. They give you 3 extra spots on the goddamn roster for your family. And you still telling them, "Well, you guys got to do more."
My brother has a sneaker deal, bro.
What else do I have to do for you to keep you happy? What you want? Your wife on the team too? Like, what do you want? So again, like, Giannis is exactly who they think LeBron James is, but he gets no criticism, 0. But we all know that. Yeah. Moving on. This is pretty funny. And I always love to talk about this. Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown all of a sudden is a streamer. And he
oh boy, he lost that playoff series and ain't stopped talking since.
That was a mistake on his part. And I think that he understands that now, hopefully, that he sounded pretty foolish talking about the refs and flopping and all this other stuff, bro. You just lost.
Yeah.
Like, just mute up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand that you could be frustrated, but come on now. Like, it's just, you make yourself look foolish. This other stuff, though, there's a lot of it that I agree with in regards to his side of it. But there's also another side that I agree with, and I hate agreeing with Stephen A. Smith, because you know what I think.
Can you recap it a little, because this wasn't on the docket, and I'm gonna be honest. He's done a lot of the work himself, but our conversations, you really turned me against Stephen A. Smith. Like, I was already waning off of him. He's
Hey,
saying a lot of
Jones.
weird shit.
That's his name.
Oh yeah. Well, when you say stuff like that, then I can't even watch the shit that he says.
Yeah, he's Sambo Smith is what I call him. Sambo Smith. So he's a guy that he plays the Karen card. And what I mean by that is that ESPN is literally like Fox News. Yeah. That's what I call it. It's the sports version of Fox News. So they get their topics, and you need to spread this propaganda because we need clicks and we need views and we need all the hot takes possible. And he goes ahead and he talks about Jaylen Brown talking on his stream, saying that Jaylen Brown said, "Hey, listen, this is one of my best seasons. This is one of my favorite seasons in my career." And Stephen A. Smith is like, "So Jason Tatum was hurt the whole year. You guys blew a 3-1 lead, and this is your favorite season? I don't understand how that works." He was just like, if he feels like that with all this turmoil that's going on, I think that they need to trade him. That's paraphrasing what Stephen A. Smith said.
He does this every couple of years.
Jaylen Brown goes to his stream and says, you know, I'm tired of all of this bad journalism, all of this, you know, we got to get these dudes out of here, blah, 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 blah. And Stephen A. Smith comes back and says, oh, well, you know, you don't want me to start talking about how the Boston Celtics internally feel about you. You don't want me to start reporting stuff. So then Jaylen Brown was like, again, I'm paraphrasing. I'll play the video in a minute. It's like, fuck Stephen A. I don't care about Stephen A. And I'll say it to his face. So my thing is that, and then Stephen A. goes to his show and he's just like, oh, you know, I don't understand why you had to disrespect me. I'm always, you know, in your corner. I'm supportive.
You've been playing that card for years, though.
And that's my problem, is that you go ahead and you go spill your hot takes because that's what your bosses at ESPN are telling you to do. And when the players now have the ability to clap back at you, you go ahead and play the Karen card about, oh, what did I say? I've always been in your corner. Dude, but you go ahead and go say dumb shit too. So you can't expect him to just not respond to you. And here's the part about Stephen A. Smith that I don't understand. If you do say something, because that is your job, you're an opinionist. You are not a reporter. You're not a journalist anymore. That's not your job. You've stopped being a journalist years ago when you stopped covering the Sixers and Allen Iverson. You are no longer a journalist. You do not have that insider card anymore. So we can stop playing that bullshit. You are an opinionist. You say your opinion and you go ahead and go about your business. You're the biggest face in the space. We get that. But when a player claps back at you for things that you've said,
for years.
We don't talk about years, right? We know his track record, right? We know his track record. But in this situation, the next thing that you should do is just mute up. Because your job is to be an opinionist. If they respond to you, you don't respond back because, again, this is like the whole LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith dynamic, what I talked about when it happened. You are who you are. You are a media personality. You are not bigger than Jaylen Brown. You are the biggest guy in the space. You are not him. Every athlete is bigger than you.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Your job is to be sideline to the athlete. You make your career talking about them.
Yep.
It should never be about you. It should never be when somebody claps at you, you now have to go in this fucking diatribe about all the things that you've done in your career. We've heard this record before, dude. But what we haven't heard from you recently in the past 6 years is you shutting up when somebody does clap back at you, instead of you saying, you know what? I'm not even going to respond to him. I'm not going to answer it. He felt that way. I said what I said. Boom. No, you got to take to your show. You now have to make it a conversation piece. You and dumbass Kendrick Perkins as well. All of them are just, it's Fox News of sports.
Yep.
It's not real. It's not real. It's just hot take after hot take after hot take. And I understand Jaylen Brown's frustration because you want to have, if guys are going to have their opinion, then have it. But don't make it personal. When you start talking about, I don't understand the personal relationship between, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Like, why hasn't Jason Tatum been on your stream yet?
Oh, man. Really?
Motherfucker, how do you know that he wants to be on streams? Oh, well, Jason Tatum wasn't on your stream. He was up here at First Take. Okay, so now you're trying to needle a situation. You're trying to spin a narrative and do what Fox does in regards to propaganda. So when I go ahead and clap back at you now, you're clutching your pearls. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like, I'm tired of talking about Stephen A. Smith, but we have to because he has lost so much respect in regards to being in the space. You're the biggest face in the space. You're making all of this money. You're the highest paid. You have trailblazed a road that people can be able to follow. I don't know if anybody can ever rise to the level of a Stephen A. Smith that does not have a basketball background in regards to like playing professional. I don't see somebody going to school, going to the journalism route, and being able to have the opportunities to be able to excel the way Stephen A. Smith did. So he might have just broke the mold, which is cool. But at the same time, there has been a seismic shift in regards to how he's viewed and how he talks about things in regards to sports too. And we're not even going to talk about the political shit. Like, that's something completely different. We're just going to keep it on sports. He has lost a lot of goodwill because of his horrible takes and his lack of awareness or information. And then he gets personal on top of that.
I think they're all in the same. I think him being a huge personality with Skip, he had a certain level of comfortability to say certain things. When Skip leaves, even though he's still ascending, he has to kind of fill in that gap for Skip.
Yeah, because remember,
has to be both of them.
Undisputed was busting their ass. Not really busting their ass in regards to ratings, so they never overtook First Take. But there was another show that people were like, yo, we like this show better.
And Stephen A. Smith made his bones or his money being reactionary to Skip. Skip says something crazy. Stephen A. calls him crazy, and the two of them back and forth.
He was always Mr. Hot Take. That's
when he doesn't have Skip, now he has to play both sides,
right?
Which explains him getting into also the political arena, because now he has to have his own network he has to sustain. He can't just give you hot takes or first takes or be demonstrative talking about sports. He has to give you more. He has to give you things where he keeps on clicking back on his name, whether it's sports, whether it's politics. So I believe he's just playing a role. I don't even know how genuine some of this shit is, which we're going to talk about later in the show with other people. It's not even genuine. Now you're doing it for money, and when you're doing it for money and it's not genuine, you're going to get exposed. And I think we're in the time where he's finally starting to get exposed, because you're talking too much to these athletes who are smart. They're not dumb athletes. They all have their own platforms. They all can clap back, and people have been keeping receipts on you for a long time now.
That's a fact.
So I think it's all going to be starting to come to a head. But when you said, oh, we don't know when this stuff started, I think that's really when it started, when he had to start playing both sides because he lost Skip. It took a while to get here, but now we're here, and he has to try to do more to sustain his network, and that's going to keep saying crazy shit.
Yeah,
so I mean, we're not going to be leaving this discussion anytime soon.
He talked about it. He talked about it where he has bosses that he has to answer to. You don't think the bosses at ESPN are telling him to be as hot takey as possible? Because it doesn't matter if it's positive press or negative press, it's still press.
Yeah.
Again, it's Fox News propaganda. Whatever is going on, if you're getting all of this traffic, it's good for us anyway. We're making all of this money because Stephen A. Smith is in hot water again. Hey, good. Go to your platform and say this and say that. We see the play.
Yep.
And I love the fact that the athletes are now clapping back. They're not taking the high road. They're not, ignoring it and trying to be better. No. They're going to give it back to you. And I love that.
Quick.
I love that. You know what I mean? So do I agree with everything that Jaylen Brown has said on his stream? No, of course not. Like, he's a bit of a weirdo. He's a smart guy, but that in itself is a little tone deaf to me, that you say that this is your one of your favorite years, if not your favorite year. How? You lost.
Yeah.
In a 3-1, you lost a 3-1 lead, and that's the biggest deficit or the biggest loss in Celtics history in regards to being up in a series. They've never been up 3-1 and lost the series.
Yeah.
In the history of the franchise. So for you to say that,
yeah,
it's a little tone deaf.
And then when your partner is hurt, so it's like, now how do you feel about him?
Right.
Really?
So now you're playing into the narrative of people saying that you guys don't have a good relationship. So for my thing about Stephen A. Smith, and this is the last thing that I'm gonna say, if you do have information about how Jason Tatum feels about Jaylen Brown, don't do the mafia shit and threaten you.
Yeah, don't breadcrumb me.
How about you spill your sources?
Yeah.
Write about it. Go ahead and put an article out there and have some actual investigative journalism and some reporting.
Because you're a reporter, right?
Right.
We just seen what Pablo Torres did. Like,
Pablo Torre, yeah.
bring some journalism back.
So don't talk about it. Release it. Release it.
Unless if you capping.
And if you don't release it, then shut the fuck up about it. That's my whole point. I'm sick of his threats. Like, who's scared of Stephen A. Smith? Who the fuck are you? Yeah, you're one of the biggest names in the space, but you do not stop my money.
Yep.
And you can't halt my career. So go ahead and go spill whatever sources you have. It's only going to be more clickbait for you anyway.
Yep.
So why wouldn't you do it? You think I'm going to cower because you might have sources on me? What are we doing here? What is this fake tough guy shit? I don't understand where it comes from. He continues to try to poke his chest out and be as big as the athletes. You will never.
You know where else it started? When they put him on that damn TV show as Brick. Now he thinks he's playing the role in real life.
Oh my God. Like, dude, he's always just been super performative. I'm just over it, man.
Yeah.
Sambo Smith, just go somewhere. Moving on, Jason Kidd Jason Kidd and the Mavericks have mutually parted ways. I am curious to know where Jason Kidd is going. I think the Orlando Magic, Chicago Bulls, hell, I don't know if the Knicks want to blow it up too and go get it. Who knows? Who knows where Jason Kidd is going? But the fact that he's gone out of Dallas, Masai Ujiri is plotting something over there. I don't trust him.
He's blown up.
I don't trust him. He's great.
Yeah, he's
there's something going on over there, and I don't like it. You know what I mean? Because reports came out that Jason Kidd was a part of the team that wanted Luka up out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was good with getting Luka up out of there because they were just kind of tired of his lack of availability, constantly getting hurt, not in shape. It's a lot to deal with. It's like, me as a Laker fan right now, I'm starting to get frustrated with it because it's 2 years in a row Luka is not available in the playoffs. He was sick last year against the Wolves. In the last few games of the series, we lost that, and then he wasn't available at all because of the hamstring. It's just like,
yeah,
dude. Like, is this what we are expecting out of our superstar player? He's one of the top 5 players in all of the league, but if he's not available, what does it fucking matter? So, Jason Kidd's out. We'll see where he goes. I'm curious to see. I hope he goes to, I think Chicago will be a good spot for him. I think Orlando as well. Talented bunch. If Detroit decides to move on, that'd be interesting.
That would be interesting.
And also too, shouts to Jamal Mosley. He got a job with the Pelicans after getting fired by the Magic. That was a quick situation. I knew he wasn't going to stay out of a job too long. Magic are going to regret that. Mosley's a good coach. Pelicans got themselves a good coach. Now they can be able to build defensively, build a good future. Is Zion going to be there? We'll see. I have no idea, but I'm curious to see how they go ahead and build that team out. Who they trade? Trey Murphy might be on the block. Herb Jones, Zion might be on the block. We'll see what happens there. So there's going to be a lot of moving parts, but good hire for the Pelicans. Moving on to football. Matthew Stafford signed a 1 year, $50 million. I think it's $55 million extension. It can get up to $60 million in regards to the incentives. So now he's signed for 2 years with the Rams. That is, and I believe that's probably gonna be it for him. Coming off an MVP season, I can see him still playing 2 more years at a high level. I think Stafford's 38, 39 right now. And they have Ty Simpson waiting in the wings. I don't know how good that kid is, but, if he can be able to mentor behind Stafford
And
for
I
a
think
couple
Stafford
of years.
will mentor him.
Yeah, Stafford is that type of guy.
Yeah,
Stafford
yeah.
would put his arm around him and make sure that he's developing nicely. But I think it's a good move for the Rams. The Rams are still one of the best teams in the NFL. Just because they didn't get to the Super Bowl doesn't mean anything. They're still gonna be at the top of the game. Like, Seattle
baby.
Super Bowl champions. We understand that, but I would put the Rams over Seattle right now, honestly.
Not defensively, but they're still right
Overall.
there. They're still right there.
Yeah, overall.
Yeah.
So, thoughts about Stafford getting his extension?
No, I'm happy for him. He deserves it, man. What he's been able to do in the league the past 5 or 6 years, really rewriting his own career.
Yeah.
Bringing up the Rams, because they've been devoid of talent for a really long time. I mean, for a long time, even though they won championships with Marshall Faulk, what their stain was Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
So the fact, they literally had to change contracts after Sam Bradford because of how bad his contract was.
Yeah.
So for him to help revive the franchise, for them to go into a new stadium and him actually to win there, everything Sean McVay. Sean McVay has been one of my favorite coaches in football for the past 5 or 6 years. I love his play calling. Him and Matt Stafford are simpatico. He finally got his quarterback and has been able to do beautiful things. So he's worth it, man. He's worth every penny. It's not a long-term commitment, but he still gets his money. He gets to go out on his 2 feet, and he gets to do the right thing as far as hopefully mentoring and ushering the new quarterback. I think this is perfect. This is how you're supposed – Aaron Rodgers, take notes. This is how you end your career. Yeah. This is how you end a stellar career. Matthew Stafford always had the ability, but didn't always have the stats because of where he came from. But he just kept doing what he was doing right, and look at where we at. Aaron Rodgers came in with a cannon arm. He has everything laid out at his feet. And I don't even know why the Steelers got him back. Like, what, to sell jerseys? To just be a steady hand? Because he's not going to win.
Well, we'll talk about Aaron Rodgers.
And we're going to transition into that, but I really have to keep them together because, they were in the division together for so long, and they're around the same age as far as coming in. The way Matthew Stafford is ending his career is round of applause to you, man.
Here's the thing. I see what you're saying about Aaron, but to be fair to both, Matthew Stafford is coming from purgatory, and he got lucky by getting traded to the Rams. Like, if he would have stayed in Detroit, would they had the renaissance that they're having now? I don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know that because it was just kind of a weird situation where, because remember, when that trade happened, everybody was like, oh, Jared Goff is finished. Like, that they've just sent him to purgatory. It's going to be over for him, right? Nobody knew that Detroit was going to do this.
Yeah.
So to say that, I understand what you're saying, but like, he got put in the right situation to be able to put his talent on Front Street to make everybody realize how good he was. If he would have got traded to the Raiders, we wouldn't see that.
I don't think we're seeing that.
You know what I mean? If he would have got traded to the Jets when the Jets were back, you wouldn't have seen this, right? So it's just a matter of circumstance. Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay and goes to the Jets, and it's a fucking disaster, right? If Aaron Rodgers would have went to Minnesota,
yeah,
now it's a different situation, right? It looks different. If he would have went to Seattle, it's a different situation. So I think Matthew Stafford just got lucky in getting into the right environment with the right coach, with the right offense, and he was able to show his talent more than he was able to show it in Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But big fan of Matthew Stafford, man. I love that guy.
Yeah, shout out to him.
And
man.
Rams have definitely built a great culture over there. In Los Angeles, they still don't give a shit about football, but they have done their job to try to be as relevant as possible, and they're one of the best teams in the NFL, not just the NFC.
Yep.
Moving on to I'm sad. Aaron Rodgers is back, right? He's back. I'm happy. But this is it. He said that he's retiring at the end of the season. I'm sad. I am. Because I'm an Aaron Rodgers guy. I don't care what people say about him. I don't care all the shots that people take. It doesn't matter to me. The man was a great quarterback. He's one of the top 3 quarterbacks in regards to talent that has ever played this game. arm talent, the ability to run out of the pocket, be able to move out of the pocket, to be able to throw out of the pocket, be able to break down defenses, to be able to. He was just a surgeon on the football field. Like outside of all the other stuff, because people loved Aaron Rodgers before the whole immunization comment. Everybody loved Aaron Rodgers.
He's the man, bro.
Discount double check, right? He was the man. So I just remember that, and I am not. I don't focus on the negative. I don't think that Aaron Rodgers was ever a great leader.
No.
And just because you're the best player on the team doesn't necessarily come with you being the best leader. Like Kawhi Leonard is a perfect example.
Yeah.
He's the best player in the Clippers. He's not he couldn't lead you out of a plastic bag, right? Aaron Rodgers is just a guy that he is who he is. And he's going to lead with his talent. You need to have a good core of leadership around an Aaron Rodgers that can be able to absorb his personality, right? When things are great, Aaron's fine. When things are not going so great, Aaron's very prickly. And there's a lot of quarterbacks in the history of this game that have been that way. I don't know why Aaron Rodgers tends to get the short end of the stick. Like, that's how quarterbacks used to be back in the days. Like, he's the dick. But I think over the last 3 or 4 years, the last year with the Jets, even his time in his tenure with the Steelers, I don't think that his leadership has looked that bad to me. I think he's been a lot more open and honest and trying to be somebody who's just, happy to be along for the ride. Has he said some stuff that, rubs people the wrong way? I'm sure, but I don't think in a whole that Aaron Rodgers over the last 4 or 5 years has been this terrible leader to the point where, people just continue to say bad things about him. Maybe you have a different opinion.
Maybe not on the field, but attitude-wise, I don't think he's that great of a leader when you're holding the team hostage until OTAs to figure out who's going to be the quarterback.
Brett Favre did it.
Yeah, but we're not in the Brett Favre era. We need you.
We learned from Favre.
Apparently, we need you to be here. We need you to be with the receivers. We need you to show the young guys on the team, like, this is how we get it done. And, championships aren't made in the season. They're made before the season, especially football, dog. Like, we need you to be conditioned and ready and to be ready to go, not be making the first 3 or 4 games of the season your preseason. So, like, that's where I'm coming from, because football is very rigid. It's not as fluid as basketball. You guys have all the real star power over there. Football, we're the helmet guys. We got to come in the club and say our full name. We got to get big chains with our jersey, our helmet, and our names on them, because people don't know who we are. So to stand out, you really got to put the work in.
Right.
And Aaron Rodgers has been standing out. And, my God, God-given talent. I mean, he can still sling that rock. But I think the things that win championships happen in the offseason. It's the little stuff in between that I just don't feel like he's been doing. But that's still A-Rod. I mean, these past few years has soured on him, had made me sour on him a little bit, but that's still my first fantasy pick ever.
Yeah.
Like, he's been top 3 talent. Probably one of the best throwers of the football I've ever seen with my own eyes.
If not the best.
I mean, he was in league with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, and they had multiple rings, and he had none and then one. And was still, no one's arguing with you if you said Aaron Rodgers is my favorite over those two.
Yeah, I think he's a better thrower than both of those guys.
Yeah, it's a generational, once-in-a-lifetime talent. And even though I haven't been on his side for a few things the past few years, I'm looking forward to the last year of Aaron Rodgers.
I think he
leaves it all on the field.
Yeah, and that's what I like to see. Just because, like, we know that this is it. It's okay to be able to just, like, enjoy Aaron Rodgers for the last run, rather than, like, continuously talk about his lack of leadership and this and that. Like, let's just talk about Aaron Rodgers and all of the great things that he's done in his career. It's a 4-time MVP. He's a Super Bowl champion. This is a guy that had one of the hardest roads to winning a Super Bowl in history. Right? He won all of his games on the road. Like it was that type of ability. Like I still remember that throw that he had against Dallas in the divisional round. Like all of those things that he's done. It's just a great player, man. Just a great player, and there'll never be another Aaron Rodgers.
Nah, it's gonna be
you know
wild.
what I mean? Like outside, like even talent, personality, there'll never be another Aaron Rodgers. So that's what I want to focus on. I don't want to focus on any other stuff there. I'll leave that to Pittsburgh Steelers fans to be able to be miserable or whatever it is, and you know, they got some young quarterbacks now. They got Aaron Rodgers there. It's a bridge year. Whatever it is, I just want to appreciate Aaron Rodgers.
One more year of Aaron Rodgers slinging the rock.
Yeah, man. Like that's my guy, man. That's my guy. If I, you know, if I can get down to watching a Jets game against the Steelers, I'll definitely do that because I'd love to see Aaron Rodgers play. I don't think they play this year, but if they did, be able to play. I think that's it. That's it for sports. Now it's time for relevant news of the week.
You gotta be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the? I mean, yeah, they stink.
We're not doing any dummies this week. I don't care. All right? It's a slow week. If I'm going to pick a dummy, it's going to be James Harden. That's going to be James Harden. Okay? Did you hear about this, Silent Assassin? This is absolutely ridiculous. A new Godfather movie is officially in the works. Why?
Why? We don't even acknowledge Godfather 3.
No, that doesn't even exist.
Give us a 4.
Doesn't even exist. Why would we do this? When you talk about, here's the thing, right? When you talk about two perfect films, you're talking about Godfather 1 and Godfather 2.
Yep.
Perfect. You're talking about character arc. You're talking about, you know, just how a family dynamic looks, how a kid and the father dynamic looks. Like I always tell people, Michael Corleone is one of the greatest characters in movie history. And the reason why is because his father, who was the Godfather, knew who Michael was. Everybody else didn't. That's why he said, Sonny, I want you to live this life. You're not a smart, you know, you're more of a hothead. This is the life for you. You can be a hitman, you know, maybe if you calm down in a certain amount of time, maybe I can be able to pass the reins to you officially, right? But I do not want Michael in this life. Why? It's not the fact that Michael wasn't tough. It's not the fact that Michael wasn't built for it. It's the fact that he was.
Yep. You'd be too good.
You understand what I'm saying? If I invite you into this world, you're going to be a monster. So I need to keep you as far away as possible. Hey, go into your books, go get your schooling, go get all of this stuff, go into the military, do all of these things, live a regular life. Don't come over here. Because he knew who his son was. That's what people don't really understand about the Godfather, is that Michael was a monster and his father knew it.
Yep.
I don't need to see, if you go ahead and have a different tone to this new Godfather movie, I'm throwing it out the window.
And it was a perfect sequel. And not for nothing, we've had some great movies come out. I'm a cinephile, so I'm very judgy when it comes to acting in movies.
Same.
But I don't even know if today's the style of movie that we shoot can even support a Godfather style movie, to be quite honest with you. Because it's so much story. It's not as much action in Godfather as we think. The story really carries the film.
Well, when you're talking about movies back then, it was all dialogue.
Exactly. And I don't know if today's moviegoer can really sit down on the big screen and
absorb it
and have a. Now, if you told me you want to do a Godfather series or show,
right,
I might jump onto that a little bit more, because they can tell a really long, great story. And if it's somebody like HBO behind it, then we're cooking with grease here.
That's a good point.
But if you're telling me we're gonna have to cram this this kind of beautiful story into an hour and 45 minutes on the big screen, I don't know if we can really do that.
I think is the biggest thing for me, because length of movie matters, right? First Godfather was damn near 4 hours, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you had to tell the story.
Yeah.
You can't cram this into 90 minutes. You can't cram this into 125 minutes.
Yeah.
This needs to be the same runtime or very close to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like you said, if you don't have the right person that's putting this together, because who is actually behind this? Let me go ahead and look at it.
Like, even the cast, like, they're all 90 years old or not even here anymore. Like,
Yeah.
these even would be in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So it says Paramount adapted, so it's a Paramount film. I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about this. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I'm not one of those guys who just say leave all the classics alone, because there's definitely been some movies that come back. When I heard they were coming back, my ears perked up. Like, oh shit, I would love to see the 2024, 2025, 2026 version of this movie.
Yeah.
Top Gun 2, Maverick. Whew, I mean,
Top Gun was pretty good.
yeah, but I don't get that feeling when I'm hearing this. When you're telling me that's not the
Don't
same
touch The
feeling.
Godfather.
Yeah.
Like when I ask people, because it always comes up in a conversation when we talk about movies. Have you ever watched Godfather? And they say, "Oh no, get away from me, get away from me." Okay, because if you enjoy film, you gotta watch that. You gotta watch that because there's so much dynamic in there that you got to watch it. If you're a real movie person, you gotta watch it. Don't care. So don't touch it. I'm gonna watch this new thing, but I'm not gonna be happy doing it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're in that time and era where it's just like remakes and reruns,
Yeah.
and sequels, and like it's nice to have like something to kind of come back, like Jeff was saying, like a show or something.
Yeah.
But when something is so perfect, and it is
It's the
with
perfect sequel,
Shawsh-
1 and 2.
yeah, it's like you already have it done, and then you have it on the list of like with Shawshank and Godfather 1 and 2, like the top movies ever made.
Perfect movies.
Yeah. So don't even touch it. Like
Yeah. Put it in
none
a
of that.
case
Yeah.
and never crack it. Just leave it alone. Like it's like when they remade Scarface. What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Leave it alone. It's a perfect film. Like when you have an A+ film, don't touch it. Just you can go back and watch it. You can remaster it. You can break it down and have people have podcasts about it. Don't remake it. Just don't. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that Scarface in itself was a remake, but it was a perfect remake. It was his own film. And just like Jeff said, just like you said, like if you said this before, I don't know if the talent level is there to be able to recreate that magic. Like, it depends on the director, depends on how it's shot. Like, Sinners was an original movie. The way that movie was shot was historically great, right?
Yeah.
But it took a Ryan Coogler to do so. I need to see who's gonna be behind this, because if it's just some rinky-dink director, garbage,
It's
receptacle.
like a waste of time
Yeah,
and money from everybody,
exactly.
yeah.
Paramount's just gonna be blowing money just because it's the name. That's all it is. You're selling the name. You're not selling anything else. So not happy about that. Moving on. This is funny. Hooters CEO says chain is rebranding as family friendly. Get the hell out of here with this. Okay? When you think about Hooters, it's one thing you think about.
One thing.
Well, first off, it's two things you think about. The greasy ass nasty wings that they serve you, right? That's one.
And
And then
wings was my shit. And then the orange shorts, white shirt combo.
is that what it is?
Oh yeah, the Hooters.
Now, here's the thing. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, Jeff. And Silent Sass will get a kick out of this. Every Hooters that I've ever been to is always a big busted woman that's one of your waitresses, and she's as flat as a board in the back. I don't understand.
I think that's
Is-
part of the
was-
hiring process.
That's what I'm saying. Was that a screening process?
might be.
You gotta be flat as a board in
It's
the back.
Hooters and nothing else.
Man, what a disappointment for somebody like me. Didn't like it.
Top heavy.
I was like, what is this? What is this? You know, it's
Oh.
incomplete, but I understand they're advertising one thing. You can't make this family friendly. What are we talking about here? What are you gonna have a game room in there? Huh? How are you gonna have the waitresses dressed?
Yeah.
That's the brand.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
the brand. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got the owls. It's just,
Yeah.
so I'm curious to see how they're gonna rebrand this, because if they try to trick us, if they try to trick our youth, all it takes is a millennial parent like me to tell their kid, hey, son, you know the place that we're in right now? I had to bring you here because I used to come here.
I mean, it's already a family restaurant.
Right.
But the father and son bonding experience
Right.
in Hooters is second to
Was
none.
second to none.
I promise you that.
It was exposed. Like you bring a kid there,
and there you go. And you knew.
Dad, this is where you come? Oh, wow. I understand this now. Hey, you can watch football here. That's all right, son. Don't tell your mother. Right? It's just one of
there
those
you
things.
go.
And the stories that are going to be told are legendary. So I understand bringing it back for nostalgic purposes, but don't change what it is. Okay? Don't do that. Don't lie to the public. Okay? Because we won't have it. We won't have it. Moving on. This got me upset. I don't know if I should keep it for PSA. Maybe I will. Let's see. Oh, this is funny. Exotic dancer goes viral for her frustration over being given a $21 bill.
Wait.
What?
Hold on. What? It was a $21 bill? Yo.
Who was on it? $21 bill.
Yo, people ain't shit.
Nah,
Why
that's
would you
wild.
do that?
That's
She worked
wild.
so hard, and she go ahead and pull up her money and see a $21 bill. That is nasty work.
That is.
That's nasty work.
That's crazy.
Come on, man. What's the story here? An exotic dancer is going viral after sharing her frustration over being tipped with what appeared to be a $21 bill, leaving social media users both confused and amused. The clip circulating across platforms, she explains her disbelief after realizing the unusual note was not real currency in the traditional sense, sparkling a flood of reaction, jokes, and debates. It's foul. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't
nah.
like it. That sounds like Rip Dollar Bandit stuff. Don't do that.
I'm a little worried though, because it's like I want to know the state of education. Because somebody thinks $21 is a denomination, or
They just knew it was a scam.
yeah,
I think it's
or
more
this
that.
person's just really funny and they just killed it with humor.
That might be it, too.
$21 bill is hilarious.
I'm leaning that way.
Yeah.
More than just saying like, this person didn't know. You know what I mean? Like I just think that they were just being facetious. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. Let me go ahead and see this here. Hold on. Let's see if there's another one. Oh, this was interesting. Ben Simmons wins fishing championship. The man has found life after basketball. You know what? I am done making fun of Ben Simmons. The man looks happy. I have never seen Ben Simmons smile this much in his life. He's never smiled on a basketball court. The man was never happy. I told you, I think a lot of people, when they have talent, they just play things because they're good at it. That doesn't necessarily mean that they love it. Ben Simmons loves fishing, and you can tell. He's around a whole bunch of white people that he likes. Hey, he's more comfortable in that space. All right, so shouts to Ben Simmons. I'm not going to throw no more dirt at you, man. Enjoy your life. Enjoy these fishing championships because you weren't going to win a championship in basketball. So at least you can be able to have a say in a team that won a fishing championship. Shouts to Ben Simmons. This one made me laugh. This is very good.
Today he's telling me that he can't come because he got invited last minute tickets to the next game because it's playoff season. I'm already here at the restaurant. Fuck you mean you're not coming? Because of fucking Knicks? I'm so confused. I'm so confused right now. So you standing me up. You're standing me up for the Knicks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
Did I need another reason?
Listen, what people gotta understand, and then we talked about this in the opener, right? This is a once in a lifetime situation, right? We may never see the Knicks in this situation again. You have to enjoy the ride. So if some girl don't understand that you gotta go watch the Knicks, she ain't for you. Because if you live in New York and you don't know that the Knicks are popping, you need to go, okay? Throw that person away. Go to Mars.
Her accepting or making the date on the night that the Knicks are playing
just shows the
first red
disrespect.
flag. Like that just...
I don't want to be with somebody like that actually accepted a date on Knick night. Are you nuts?
I'm good.
What you should have said was, oh, you sure you want to go? Because I know the Knicks are playing. I know you're a big Knicks fan. oh, she understands. She's tapped in. Hey, you want to go to we could probably go to like a watch party. Keeper. Mm-hmm. That's a keeper, right? Yeah. Because she's leaning into what you love. Instead of telling you, oh, you don't want to be on a date with me because you watching the Knicks. Absolutely. I would rather be with the Knicks than be with you.
I would love to see the comment section for that.
Oh,
I don't think too many people
it's great. It's absolutely great. It's absolutely great. Like, hey, listen, boring date, watch the Knicks. It's not even close.
Not even close.
And on top of that, too, I can be able to spend money knowing that I'll be satisfied at the end of the night when my Knicks win. Mm-hmm. I am going to spend money on this date not knowing that I'm going to be able to get anything at the end of this thing.
And
right?
the fact that they're 2-0, we know he had a great time watching it.
Facts. And got to spend it with his friends with no judgment.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? That in itself is a win for any sports fan. I'm not even talking about just for men. For women too. There's women that love the Knicks to the point you think they care about hanging out with they significant other or somebody who they're dating when it's Knicks playoff day? Are you crazy?
Are you crazy? Yeah.
Are you absolutely nuts? And if you, as the person that's trying to court me, don't understand that, you need to go somewhere else. Okay? Go do something. Maybe you're a serial killer because the fact that you don't even know the Knicks are going on right now, you have no idea what the importance are, you're probably a serial killer. So can't trust you. Can't trust you. So I saw that and I had a chuckle. Because I was like, you just don't understand. You have no idea how important this is to the city. That's like the Mets. If the Mets are in the World Series, do you think that I might not even go to work? That would be the week that I'd take off. Because I'm just like, I'm sitting here and I'm watching the damn Mets in the World Series. However it ends is however it ends, but you're not going to mess with me. You're not going to take away my happiness, my joy. You're not going to do it. I know Silent Assassin. Listen, she's so focused on life. You think that if some guy was just like, hey, listen, I think you're great, man. I would love to take you out on somewhere. Hey, listen, even a cruise. She loves cruises. But if you think that the Mets are going to be in the World Series and she's going to go on a cruise outside of watching them, you are absolutely insane. She was going to tell him to go kick rocks. Mm-hmm. Kick rocks. Mm-hmm. Just like that. Not even nice about it. I need you to go. Because if you don't know how crazy I am about my team, then I don't want you. I want you.
Mm-hmm. So I always honestly, every year, October's coming, any vacation, any plans.
Yeah.
I have to be very cautious of
anything that you do.
Yeah.
I'm not making any plans. Everything is tentative at this point. Mm-hmm. Don't talk to me around October because I never know what's going to happen. If there's a deep playoff run, I don't even want to talk to you.
I need that time free.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk to you. So, yeah, she doesn't understand. Keep not understanding. We love it. That is all. Oh, no. I got one more. This one was a good one. This is the one I sent you, Silent Assassin. Are you ready?
Be right here.
You guys, I'm trying my best to hold my shit together, but I don't want to keep doing this.
You're okay. We'll just do this faster and get after it.
We're going to have 15 laps to go to this stage end. If you do not want to do it when you get back out here, you can bring it in, okay?
There's just so many shitty things that I could say right now. And I'm just trying to keep it together about the fucking director of the series.
Try to keep your composure. Try to just breathe. And if you're not comfortable with this, come in. Let's remember what's on our truck and just bring it to the garage, right?
I feel like a fucking failure if I do that.
You're not. Let's do that. Drive it down to the garage.
There's so many things I want to say, and I'm probably going to get fucking suspended. You have no idea.
Hey, just pay attention to the spotter. He'll get you into the garage. It'll be okay.
I'm sorry, Josh. I'm not going to come back to the truck series. Garrett can take it from here on out. I'm saying the O'Reilly series. This series fucking sucks.
I hear you. I'll have a fresh bottle of water for you when you get out of the truck. Derek, we got to put something together for you for Nashville.
The amount of hate I'm going to get online for this is just going to be insane. I'm not ready.
That was the part right there. That was the part right there when she realized, oh, wait, this is being recorded. She knew what was about to happen. She knew.
All I'm going to say is people should really appreciate Danica Patrick a lot more. Danica Patrick was the first of her kind, and boy, was she tough. She dealt with a lot of misogyny. She dealt with a lot of bigotry. There's just a lot of things that she had to deal with, and still was able to be who she was. I'm not going to throw any shade at this person in regards to her mental capacity, because a lot of people are just very fragile. But my biggest problem is that you are throwing shade at the series that you're a part of. You're a professional driver, and you're opting to not drive in a series because you don't like it. That sounds like entitlement to me. And that's why people are dragging you. It has nothing to do with you might be having a breakdown, right? It's the entitlement brat sounding that you sound. Okay, come. It's like how you talking to a 6-year-old. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, come back inside. Come get some water. Come settle down.
She didn't want to drive the car to the garage. We're in the middle of a race.
You're in the middle of a race. Be a professional and do your fucking job.
I wonder, like that point too, like where it's being recorded. Like, is she like what placing is she in the race? Like, if she's kind of just like a sore loser, like
she probably dead last.
Yeah, like I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just gonna kind of have a crash out moment, and then that's it. Kind of give up, which is like unfortunate because like it's just being a woman, especially in racing, like it's very like limited. So just even giving the opportunity to be in that, you should be very grateful. And,
absolutely.
You know, take that highly. And just sort of talking about Danica Patrick, like she faced the line. She was always right up there with the men, and she didn't care. Like she was a woman. She
tough as nails.
Yeah, stick up for herself and women in racing, and you know that's someone definitely that a lot of young women should like look up to that want to be involved in racing, and it's just like unfortunate because like. Again, like I said, it's very limited space for females in that, you know, in racing, and she's there. And
she burnt that bridge. I don't think another sponsor.
Yeah, she's done. Her. Yeah, I don't see anybody being able to put money behind her.
No, because it's like, oh, I don't want to have another moment like, oh, you're losing the race, I'm just gonna give up. It's like, this is professional. Like, you got to be a professional. Just because you're not where you want to be in the race or certain things you don't like about the event or whatever, like. You have to suck it up because this is the pros and you're making a lot of money and you gotta do it.
Yeah. So. I mean, and also too, it's like, you know, can you imagine what her team feels like? Like you I am now attached to your failure.
Yeah.
I am attached to this. You know, we are attached to this failure and you let your team down. You know what I mean? We now have to coddle you because you're not professional enough to finish this race.
Yeah, so even if she goes down a level to a different series, I don't see sponsors picking her back up.
She's a liability.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she looks nice, young, blonde. You know, OnlyFans could be a nice.
Nah, I didn't say it. You did. See.
I'm just saying. we might have to welcome a new person to the OnlyFans realm.
Listen, you know, she could be the you know.
Yep, leave it alone. Leave it. Get out of there. Reverse.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. Just
no, but it's for people who love sports. Listen, people who love sports don't hate women, but there's a lot of immature men who poke jokes and make really messed up. Make jokes.
There's a lot of red. This is perfect for the red pillars.
Yes. Yeah, and you gave them way more ammo.
Way more ammo. Oh, this is why, you know, there's, you know, wage gap. It's like, come on, dude. Yeah. Like, it's this. She doesn't speak for every woman, but she does hurt the standing of professional women that are in this space. Because for every Danica Patrick, for the great Danica Patrick, you're going to have 10 of these.
Yep.
right? And they're not going to focus on Danica Patrick because she's an outlier. They'll focus on the 10 that have mental breakdowns that can't finish a race. That's what they're going to stand on, right? That's the sad part, is that the greatness is not going to get highlighted. It's going to be these types of failures. And that's what they're going to be able to put their sponsorship, requirements on. Oh, look at all this data that we have. They're not gonna put the data on the Danica Patrick stuff and how efficient she was. They're gonna put the data on this down here. She's down here, and that's the problem. So,
yeah, I mean, personally, like for me, I've seen a lot more male athlete crash outs than women. So it's like for men to kind of say like, oh, it's just kind of the women who are emotional.
It's a wild double standard.
Yeah, it's like. It's sports, like there's a lot of passion behind it and stuff, and certain things. Like for this moment, we don't know what was going on with her mentally, but it could have been something serious, and she had this is her let go moment of it. But it's not just because you're a woman that you're gonna have these types of moments. I've seen men, especially tennis players, like I've seen a lot.
Oh, they crash out all the time.
Yeah, but I do think, to be fair, and I don't want to man us out to death, but when men are doing it, it is within throes of the competition. Not saying it's right, but it is when we're competing. We may get angry at the ref or, angry with the opponent, but that is in the heart of competition. Her meltdown was, I don't want to finish this. I don't want to keep going.
Right.
Like, it's almost like this task is too hard. And the reason it makes women look bad, and she shouldn't speak for all women. Right. But we already look at you like not being able to be in this sport. It's not like she was in a woman's sport. If she was playing in a WNBA and it happened, we might not even care or anything like that because they just don't get coverage. But this is a woman inside of a man's sport saying, I don't even want to compete. That's you're opening the door for that type of critique. I'm not, that you're opening the door for that. So that's what we're attacking it. It's not that's that exactly men don't have their meltdowns, so we definitely do. And there is a double standard amongst us. But specifically when you're trying to break into a sport, you can't really do things like that.
Yeah, because again, they're gonna highlight this as this is now all of you. You know what I'm saying? Not just, hey, this is an isolated incident. No, this is all of you. And this is how women that are coming after this are gonna get treated. It's now going to be harder for them to have to prove themselves because, don't get mad at me. You're going to have another emotional breakdown. Is it that time of the month? All this bullshit that they'll go ahead and say because this now gives that side ammunition to be able to be as misogynistic as possible. And that's unfortunate. You know what I mean? Like whatever she's going through, it sucks, but this was just a bad look. You know what I mean? It's hard. Like if she had an emotional breakdown and still was able to kind of like finish the race, it wouldn't feel as bad. But the fact that you literally saying that I don't want to come back to the garage, like the fuck, what? You gonna bring my goddamn car back to the garage?
We gonna tow this shit in the middle of a race? Like how? What are we doing?
What are we talking about?
She could like waited until it was over and kind of talked to her team privately, then over the mic and.
Yeah, but you gotta bring the car in because it's dangerous when they're coming back around.
Right,
you're just there. You just gotta bring the car in.
I'm telling you, it's literally like a kid that's riding a bike. I don't want to ride this anymore. And they just step off, right? Step off into the grass.
They walk back home and they leave the bike over there. Now you gotta go grab it.
What are you doing? Bring the bike back. No, I'm not gonna do that. So, that is it for Irrelevant News of the week.
You gotta be kidding me.
Jeff
I mean, how do you watch the? I mean,
there is OnlyFans.
True penalty right here.
Horrible. You're not wrong, but it's.
Hey, listen, we love women on this show. We support women on the show. That gives us the space to make jokes every once in a while because we are supportive.
100%.
It's all love. It's all love, ladies.
I do have a dummy. Do you have one?
I did, yeah.
Go ahead, because I have mine.
Was it Rice from the Chiefs?
Oh, yeah, Ray Rice.
Yeah,
not Ray Rice, excuse me, Rashee Rice.
He stole mine. He was my wide receiver on fantasy for 2 years in a
row. Rashee Rice
the dummy at
gets
this point.
the dummy.
Dummy, yeah.
Please explain.
Jesus.
He was caught with drugs, right? Marijuana and on probation, and now he's serving 30 days in jail and is going to miss some, some practicing and all this stuff.
He can't get right. He's just an idiot.
Valuable rehab time. He would have been in his facility getting massages, walking on the foot, getting the best doctors in the world. Now he's in prison hobbling around for the next 30 days. So they can't just cut him. But, I mean, the production this year, he may never be the same player after this.
No. And on top of that, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
That's the underlining factor in all of this. He's just not bright. Because how many infractions are you going to have in a very small period of time?
Without having a big contract.
Without having a big contract. You wait, at least do the Antonio Brown. Wait until you get the bag, and then your career just kind of tails off. You haven't gotten the bag yet, my man. And not only are you an idiot, but so is your brother.
Yeah. Yeah. That whole, family dynamic is just
from
just
day
dumb.
one.
Yeah.
From day one,
From
that
day
whole
one.
family dynamic's been off.
I'm telling you, I don't see how the Chiefs have this much patience without a cut him a while ago.
They ain't got nobody else, bro.
I'd still cut him. I'd still cut him.
I was surprised because I feel like the Chiefs are definitely more of the way they carry themselves, more of a classy.
Oh, they are. They
Yeah.
literally have nobody else. They're scared.
I would rather go get some Jim Brown guy off the street than have this vagabond that's in my organization. I'm sorry. He's a knucklehead. He's a knucklehead. He's a definition of one. Talented, but he's a knucklehead.
Yeah, you're right. They're paying Patrick too much to not have a good receiver to go to, and they're just hanging on to him until they find that next guy.
Right.
But they just haven't been able to. So that's really the only reason he has this role.
Like we talked about this months ago, right? When I had my one of my greatest monologues. Tolerance.
Oh, yeah.
They tolerate you because of your talent. Once that talent starts to wane, if he's not productive, Rashid White will get cut.
He's rehabbing.
Once he starts dropping passes and he's not the same dude, he'll be out of there before week 6.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, knucklehead. I have, you said you guys shared one.
Yeah, that was going to be mine.
I have one as well. It's a football guy. And this made me laugh. It made me chuckle when I saw it. I don't even care if it's real, but I think it is real. Do you know who's asking for more money?
In the NFL?
Yes.
No.
The winner for this week's Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett is my...
Dummy,
now, of all the people, and I am somebody who is pro-black, I am always going to support black. I don't care what it is. I'm always going to be behind you. But there's a line that I got to draw, my man. Jacoby Brissett should never be that guy to try to hold any organization hostage because you won one game last year. How can you get a raise and you were one of the worst quarterbacks leading one of the worst teams in the NFL? Explain it to me. You can't do it. You have no leg to stand on. So you want more money when we literally have a quarterback that we just drafted. We can cut you tomorrow.
You're right in so many ways, right? I think he should get dummy for the presumption that you can even do this.
I think that as a person,
but I think the
shoot your
Cardinals
shot.
Should get the dummy for even being allowed
in that situation.
In this situation.
No, listen, you already drafted your quarterback. You should have told him, hit the bricks.
Facts.
All right? Hit the bricks. We don't even want you on the team because I'm sure they are flabbergasted by this. They're like, Jacoby Brissett, we're going to have him as a bridge here. He's going to be good. He's going to be able to mentor this young kid. Excuse me, you want what? You want how much? You're holding out? Go ahead and hold out then. We'll just play the kid. What are you holding out for? What leverage do you have if you're a Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah, bro.
This is not the hill you want to die on.
Yeah.
They'll just release you. Okay, you want more money? You're cut. We have a quarterback here. We'll continue to be bad because guess what? There's a lot of quarterbacks coming out next year. There's a lot of talent coming out next year. We'll just be bad again and continue to be bad. We don't want you to win no games this year.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're entertaining this.
Yeah.
They're entertaining the holdout. It should be a double dummy.
You know what? You're right.
Dummy, yeah.
The Cardinals should be in there too. He should be in there for asking, and they should be in there because how are you allowing Jacoby Brissett to hold you hostage.
Facts.
Huh?
That's just crazy.
That's like having somebody who kidnaps you five yards away from your house with no gun. At some point, you're not gonna be like, "Yeah, my house is right here. I'm just gonna
get out.
Just gonna go.
Just gonna go home.
You're just gonna sit here and wallow in fear? No, I'm gonna bust your ass and go home. You got nothing to hold me here. You got no gun. What? How did you even do this? How did I even allow you to do this to me?
Yeah. The fact that we've heard about it means it's gone too far.
Absolutely.
He shouldn't have been able to get the sentence
They
out.
leaked this immediately. The Cardinals, they leaked this.
Yeah.
They said, no, we gotta, all right, we're leaking this.
Yeah.
We're gonna embarrass you. So I love Jacoby Brissett. I want him on the Jets this year. I didn't want Geno Smith. I wanted Brissett. But for you to hold them hostage for money, are you crazy?
And for them to entertain it. This is a double dummy.
And for them to entertain it.
This is a double dummy. It might be the first in the history of the show. I don't know.
No, there's been some double dummies. But this is up there.
Yeah.
This is up there.
Yeah.
So Cardinals and Jacoby Brissett.
Dummy.
Y'all both go hold the dummy. My goodness. That is it for the show. That's it for this week. Stay safe. Stay cool. Peace.